Hola, ¿cómo estás? That means hello, how are you? It's Spanish. I'm so grateful for my life, my health, my strength. I'm so grateful for this time right now. Like I survived, I saved myself, I pushed myself, I made it out of Babylon back to the promised land. And I'm so grateful for that. So I titled this live The Power of Intention and Black Magic, the illusion of success in this world when it comes to the entertainment industry. Now, what I learned, and so what I was thinking about, so I need to go live, but I was thinking about my cousin and how, she's signed to Jay-Z. She's worked with all of these big time rappers, but she never really had anything to show. So then I was reminded of some research I did about the entertainment industry and how when they are signing these artists, included in the contract that they give the artist to sign is a life insurance policy. So that's really how these rappers are getting rich, because when you sign with the label, they usually give you an advance, and the advance is just a loan. So you automatically are in debt as soon as you sign with a label. But how the artists that are signing other artists, how they are coming up, is they're signing these artists to what I consider blood contracts. So then now we're hearing about all these artists that, as soon as they sign, they probably live for a couple years, some of them even a couple months, and then they're being murdered. So I started looking into it. I found that they're signing these artists to these life insurance policies and taking their life. So it's just really an illusion, and we already know when it comes to these entertainers, a lot of the assets that we see that they have, they don't own that stuff. Even when I was in the industry years ago, like I did a photo shoot with the New York Times. So they had people come in with clothes and fancy, expensive jewelry, makeup artists. They hooked us up. But they took them damn clothes and that jewelry back after that photo shoot. They make you look good for the camera, but it's all an illusion. Even when I was traveling the world, I was playing the biggest music festivals in the world, but I was not treated like a star. Here I am, people all over the world coming to see me, the festival selling tickets for $300, $500, $1,000, but they got the artists that the people are coming to see. We waiting for food, almost like in a soup line. All the artists, we backstage, we in this little building waiting to get a plate of food, and they're really like treating us like some peasants, but we're the stars. Now there were some festivals that they had us in our green room and stuff like that, but for the most part, it's like you're like still a starving artist even when you sign. And so that's why this time around I said, I'm not signing with nobody. I'm not going to give up no rights to nothing. I'm just going to create my own label. I'm going to do it on my own. I've watched the formula. There's a formula to success when it comes to being successful, period. And that formula is you're going to get out of it what you put into it. And the knowledge is the power. So, I just wanted to come on live. It's been a while since I've shown my pretty face, and, I've got to glow it a little bit. So I said, let me go talk to my people. I've been sharing a lot of information about the betrayal that I've been dealing with my family. And all of this stuff has really just started being revealed to me last year. I accidentally stumbled on tarot. I was into my angel numbers, the numerology. That's what was keeping me encouraged the whole time that I was in New Orleans, it's like, man, I done lost everything. I'm on this beach. I'm living in a tent. Like, I was living the way I wanted to live because I had said to the Great Mother, I said, I'm tired of paying bills. times. But when I learned about the betrayal with the industry and what you have to do for fame and fortune, I'm like, oh no, I can't be a part of this. This is not what I signed up for. I just want to rap and travel, you know what I'm saying, and speak the truth and uplift the people and have a good time and live my life. But seeing that that was the industry, or this was the line of work, or not the line of work, but the industry that I was involved in, I had to pull back my energy. And I canceled that tour. And then I started speaking out about the industry. And from there, I started learning about other things that's going on in the world that are false and fake, that are illusions. And so I felt like it was my responsibility to expose the whole truth to the people, to warn the people about, hey, McDonald's is serving up human flesh. You know, crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything is a lie. We got to get out of here. And so that's how it started for me. And so then now, 13 years later, or 12 years later, because that was in 2011, I was being led by my ancestor, which is my grandmother, because she was taken out of here in October of 2011. And I went on that fast for the truth in December of 2011. So mama was dealing with me. I didn't know anything about tapping in with no ancestors, none of that. I just knew the Bible. I knew God. I started tapping in with the ancestors in 2021. There was a healer on Facebook on here, and I got some services from her, and she was doing energy work. And so I got a couple sessions with her. I was having pain in my body, and I'm like, let me try this out. So I did a couple sessions with her, and she healed me just through breathing. And I learned that the spirit of the Great Mother is truly the breath of life. And so, you know, when you go into the Hindu, you learn about the prana and the chi, which is the breath of God. And so just through deep breathing, I was able to heal different pains in my body. And this lady had become a guide for me. So I'm like, well, you know, I started watching her, and I'm like, okay, well, let me bring her to Florida. Because by this time, I had started my record label. I was already doing the tent life. This was in 2021. I said, let me have her come here and stay with me and teach me what she knows. And so when she came in 2021, she showed me how to set up my altar, how to tap in with the ancestors, how to distinguish when I'm hearing from the ancestors, when I'm hearing from the angels. And then I learned about the ascended masters on my own. I was already tapped in with a shot. It took me some time to be comfortable with dealing with my ancestors and the angels, because, you know, we're taught, you don't deal with nobody other than God. So I had the Great Mother had to come off her throne and tell me it's okay to deal with your ancestors, to deal with your spirit team. And so when she came, the healer came, she started healing my chakras. And through energetic healing. And so I had started buying crystals. So coupled with what she was doing, I literally died, I would say, about 5 or 6 times in one day. I'm driving my truck on my way home from work, or back to the camp from work. The healer was at the camp, and I was blacking out. But it's like I would black out and come right back. And it kept happening. I'm like, I'm dying. So I was going through a spiritual awakening. It's like I was taking quantum leaps to get caught up, because I didn't know anything about the importance of a spirit team and tapping in with your ancestors and making sure you got your spirit team on deck and are acknowledging them so that they can help you and be your guides. Because the spirit realm is very real. We're spirits first. We're just wrapped in flesh, right? The body is the temple. So from that point on, I was already knowing what the scripture says about the covenant of peace, and how God wanted us to be in nature. So I was already where I needed to be. I was already in the place that I needed to be to heal. So then once I was led to New Orleans, I'm telling, my spirit, I'm tired of driving, I'm tired of working, I don't want to pay no more bills. And it's like, as soon as I got there, I wasn't in New Orleans, I think maybe 3 or 4 days, somebody had done stole my catalytic converters off my truck. A week after that, somebody stole my whole trailer off my truck. New Orleans is ratchet, boy. It got shot together, you feel me? And so it's like, man, I'm losing everything. So then I would say probably about a few weeks later, I lose my dogs. And so I'm losing everything. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? The whole time, I'm not knowing really everything about how black magic works. So, I was sharing my life. My family has been stalking me all this time, watching me, sending me these evil intentions through candle magic. The same thing I was doing, but they were sending me bad intentions. So the power of our intentions is strong, man. And when somebody is sending you negative energy, it can affect your life. And if you're not aware, that's when it can take a toll. But I was already tapped in with my candle magic. I was doing death and destruction to my enemies. But once I did that return to sender last year, after I got to my mom's house, it just came to me. Yeah, I'm not finna waste no more energy on no death and destruction. I'm just gonna return to sender. I'm gonna return that energy. And as soon as I did that, that's when everything started unraveling. And this whole truth, even when I was at my mom's house, my aunt passed during the time that I was at my mom's house. And it was so crazy because my mother and my aunt had just went to her birthday party 2 weeks prior. So then next thing I know, they talk about Aunt Rossi died. I'm like, well, y'all just went to her birthday party. What the fuck is going on? So then I learned about the life insurance policy through the tarot. And so that opened it up for the ancestors and for my mind to be open. And so they started dealing with me. That's what your family is doing. They're taking out life insurance policies on your family members and they're murdering them, making them sick. Even when I was there at my mama's house, I had made a pot of beans. And by this time, I'm already up on game, but I ain't have no money to leave. So it's like I'm surrounded around my enemies, but I just got to watch my back. And it was meant for it to be like that. So I would know how to combat the spiritual warfare. And so what I would usually do when I cook my food, I would wrap it up in a way that I would know if it had been touched. Like, oh, really? My enemies killed at my mama's house. So one day I had made some beans, but my aunt came over. And I was like, damn, I got my beans on the stove. And I just felt like she was going to do something to the beans. But I'm like, I didn't want to go out there to see her. Because by this time, I'm already knowing what the fuck they had done did, what they was trying to do. And I ain't want to talk to her because I didn't want to be disrespectful. And I knew that if I went out there, I could have potentially put my life in danger by exposing what I knew, because my mouth is big when it comes to standing on the truth. So I just stayed in the room, but I got hungry later that night. And I'm like, I had a thought. I said, I'm finna go eat me some beans. The ancestors like, don't eat them beans. I said, I'm finna eat some beans. I'm hungry. As soon as I ate them beans, I'd say about 10, 15 minutes later, it's like I was having a heart attack. I couldn't breathe. I almost called 911. But I recognized what it was. They said, we told you not to eat them beans. So what I did, I went in the bathroom, I stood in the mirror, and I did the breathing. to calm myself down. And I was praying, and my ancestor was talking to me, like, you're going to be all right. Just breathe. You know, I'm watching myself in the mirror. I'm just calming myself down. So after that, I was led to expose what was going on. And I had did a live, I think maybe the next day, about what was going on with these life insurance and how they murdered my grandmother. I had them put the whole thing together. So after I do the live, I'm sitting on my mama's porch, and a life insurance policy man roll up 2 hours later. And he say, Miss Flowers? I say, she in the house. My mom lives in the project. So her room was, or her window to her room was the same as the front door. It was right there in the front of the house. She always kept her window open. So she heard him walk up. She say, who that? I say, it's the life insurance policy man. Now in my mind, I'm like, I just did this live. It ain't even been a good 2 hours, and now the life insurance policy man show up. Now, ain't that God? So when she say, well, tell him I don't want nothing. And so he was able to hear her. I'm sitting on the porch, her window right there. He's standing in front of me. I say to him, she don't want nothing. So he take his butt over to her window, and he put the application that she filled out. He said, Miss Flowers, you don't want any life insurance? She's like, no, I'm good. Just real bold and arrogant. And when he put the paper up to her window and said, Miss Flowers, is this your signature? I already knew it was the FBI. I already knew that they had been under investigation. And I knew that me exposing what was going on just confirmed to them that this shit is real. And so after he's confirmed that that was her signature, he was getting ready to walk back to his truck. And he said, would you like any life insurance? I'm like, nah, I don't stay here. I'm getting ready to go. And I said, but can you tell me, how does it work? And I got video of it. I'm going to post the video after I get done with this live. And so he said to me, well, we pay you. We don't pay the funeral home directly. And he said, depends on, you know, how much life insurance you have. So what we'll do, we'll send you the voucher to pay the funeral home, and then we'll cut you a check. And so then I remembered how my aunt had to have me come sign that voucher to release the funds to pay for my grandmother's funeral. So then I was able to put it together. Okay, so then they had my signature. So basically, they just forged my signature to get the life insurance. And so while I was there, they were planning to get another life insurance policy on me. And that's why my mom had filled out the application. This coming to me intuitively. And so the tarot started saying, don't get in nobody's car, because they planning to kidnap you. They want to traffic you. So now I'm moving on. Now we're moving on past that. So we done figure that out, right? We done solved that. So then my aunt, she called me one day. She was like, can you help me find some stairs for one of my rental properties? She had some mobile homes there in Georgia. And so I was like, yeah, but I was wondering, like, why you call when you can just go? Because I had just rolled with her, and she said she was going to get some stairs from this other place right there where she lives. So I'm like, already on high alert, you know what I'm saying? The life insurance part, the FBI done showed up, the Sky's life insurance. Now I'm on alert now. Okay, so let me help you find some stairs, Auntie. So during this time that I'm helping her find over the few days or whatever, the tarot is saying, don't get in nobody's car. Don't get in nobody's car, because they're going to kidnap you and they're going to try to traffic you. I'm like, okay. So when she asked me that, she said, can you, so I sent her a couple leads. She found a lady who had some stairs, and she said, can you, this lady has some stairs that I want to go look at, but she's not going to be available until Friday, like at 7 o'clock in the evening, right? And I'm like, and so she said, "You gonna be able to ride with me?" I had said, "I'll let you know. I'll let you know, Auntie." Knowing I wasn't gonna ride with Auntie because the tarot had and already warned me, don't get in nobody's car because of what they had planned. So it was like, why is you going to somebody's house at dark to look at some stairs? Why not wait to the next day to when it's light outside so you can really see what you're getting? But I already knew. Now, this whole time, I knew my cousin had sold her soul for silver and gold. I just did not know that my aunt and my mother were dark witches too, because they talk about Jesus, then they go to church. So then I'm learning that the church is one of the biggest satanic cults in the world. They just hide behind religion. So I didn't go with Auntie, and I saved myself. And it was like nothing that they tried or was trying to do to set me up while I was in Georgia was working, and it was pissing them off. And so my mom, she was like, "Well, you need to get a job." Baby, I'm not getting no job. I'm a king. I'm not getting a job. I didn't come here to work. I came here to take care of you because you had these 2 strokes. Because you've been trying to kill me. And that's why you had them strokes. But I didn't know that when I came there, I was brought to that understanding. Since I had been there. Okay, so that's why she had the stroke. So they had no choice but to get me a ticket back to New Orleans. Because I'm not finna get a job. Y'all know y'all stole my inheritance. Once I found that out, I'm watching them. My aunt, she's just totally, she was fucked up in the head. She couldn't even think straight. My mom couldn't sleep. And I'm waiting on them to come to me and say, "Hey, this is what we did, and we want to make it right." But they were just so prideful and really thinking that they were going to get away with what they had done to my family members and what they were trying to do to me. And so they had to eventually just get me a ticket back to New Orleans. As I'm speaking, I just got dizzy. So I know that they still sending the black that's formed shall prosper. No matter how many attempts the government has tried to take out on my life, my family, fake friends, whoever, I'm still alive and well. So I am being shown that truly no weapon that's formed is going to ever prosper against you, baby, because you chosen to be here. So I say that to say we don't have to walk in fear. And it is our responsibility. If we want a new earth, we want a new heaven. We want a better earth. We want a better future for ourselves and our children. We have to stand firm. And we have to stand up for ourselves. The scriptures say that the Lord is not giving you the spirit of fear, but power, love, and a sound mind. So when you get to that place of self-love, you're not going to just tolerate anything. Ain't nobody going to push me around, period. I don't give a fuck who they are, how much money you got, baby, what kind of title you have, none of that. I don't care. Like, I love myself, and I'm going to stand up for myself. And I'm supposed to stand up for myself. I'm supposed to be an example for the people. So you can see that, hey, you standing up against who? And you still breathing? Yeah, because we don't have to fear nobody. Like, don't nobody got more power than God. And so when the Lord is for you, who can be against you? We have nothing to fear. And it is each and every one of our own responsibility to save ourselves. And really, I'm bringing in justice just by speaking. I ain't have to go bust nobody in the face, seek no vengeance, try to show up at nobody's house, try to do nothing. I'm just speaking about it. And that's the thing. That's hard to do because, like, I'm learning about the shut up spells. So watch a tarot video. Still got to find another job. I seen it with my grandparents, man. They retired but still was working. My grandmother cooked for all type of restaurants in Plant City, Florida. When if she had enough self-love and faith in herself and confidence in herself, she could have had the biggest restaurant, a whole chain of restaurants with my grandma recipes. And so these are the things, this is the mentality that our ancestors, they want us to get out of that slave mentality. I hadn't heard a helicopter since I've been here, but that motherfucker is hovering outside. You hear me, baby? Oh yeah, it's hovering outside. I ain't heard no helicopter since I've been here. Like, girl, get off the line. Shut up. They want me to shut up, but I can't. It's my purpose to talk, to be an orator for the nations, to be an encourager for the people. Right? This is my passion. I love to encourage people and to expose truth, to talk about the truth, to tell you what it is and what it ain't, man. So everybody can save themselves. Because ain't nobody coming to save us. And self-love truly is the highest vibration. Healing is essential. Taking our time to rest your body, putting the right foods, the right drinks into your body, not being in a rush because you got to get up at 7, get the kids to school by 8. You ain't able to eat nothing healthy. You got to grab a cinnamon roll and some coffee, and you doing that every day. That's wear and tear on your body. But that's what they want. That's what the system wants for us. They want us being so distracted to where we can't think for ourselves, and we're literally robots. And so it's just all about what they want for you and not what you want for you. But when you pull back your energy and you say, "Hey, I'm finna walk away from it. God, I'm tired of working at this job. I really want to start my own business. Please show me how to do it. I know I got these bills to pay, but I have enough faith in you that you gonna make a way." And that's what God wants us to do. Try God. Step out on faith. It's time now, because the governments and the corporations, they work hand in hand, and they feel like they got us. They feel like they have the people as a collective in such despair that we just gonna continue letting it be what it is. We're not gonna rise up, take our power back, take back control of our life. We're just gonna continue dealing with their bullshit. And each and every day, they're taking away more and more of our God-given rights of freedom, liberty, justice, the pursuit of happiness, right? And the only person that can stop them is you. I've stopped them in my life and for my bloodline. But you have to do the same in your life and for your bloodline. It don't matter how old you are, man. Like, age really ain't nothing but a number. And it's never too late to take your power back. Because ain't nobody coming to save you. So, I just wanted to put that out there. I love y'all. I'm here for the people. But I have learned how to protect my energy. Because that is the true currency, is your own energy. So although I am here for the people, I can't save nobody. I can only be a living example to help show you the way, to keep you encouraged, to let you know, hey, you can do it. I did it. Because I literally came out the mud. I just came out the mud. You know what I'm saying? I was like stranded on a beach, living in a tent for 2 years. Healing though. The whole time my enemy is sending me this black magic shit, these negative intentions. They think they hurting me. But God is all wise. The healing was in nature the whole time. So I was right where I was supposed to be. And really had lost nothing. I was gaining. I was gaining my strength. I was healing. I was becoming in tune with myself, with the spirit realm, witnessing miracles. God showing me that, hey, I got you, baby. It don't matter. Like, you don't need no money. I'm going to redeem you without money, just like the scriptures say. I'm going to make sure you eat every day. I'm going to make sure you're safe. Ain't nobody going to fuck with you. You're going to have food, water, and shelter. And that's what I had. And I learned that truly, that's all we need. That's really all you need in life is food, water, and shelter. I'm not a materialistic person. I've never been. And now in my life, it's like I'm not finna accumulate all of these possessions. I don't need it. I just want to travel and help people, help raise the vibration by making people more comfortable with food, water, and shelter. That's it. So my plans is to travel the world and build communities up. Make sure people have drinking water. Make sure they're able to grow their own food. Show them how to build with nature. Simple things. That's it. I'm not going to be splurging. Spending a whole bunch of money on material things. Because it's not necessary. We literally have to plunder nature for everything that we enjoy in life. Everything. From the bed we sleep in, the shoes on our feet, the cars we drive. You know, everything requires nature in order to have it. So I just like dealing with raw nature, man. And I'm big on getting back in tune with nature, with Mother Nature, and helping to preserve the earth and preserve what's left of her so that she can renew herself. Because nature renews herself. We just gotta, the true Sabbath is for the land. Because we rest every day. I had to realize that. The true Sabbath is for the land. Like, let the land rest. Give the land a break so that she can replenish herself and renew her strength. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what I'm on. But I love y'all. I'm here for you. You know what I'm saying? Shonda K. Grandin. It's our time. Shots out to the righteous seed. Choose to do the right thing. Choose life. You have free will. Choose the light and not the dark. But learn to balance the both. We don't have to be afraid of demonic entities. Like, they sent some demons to me a couple nights ago. I'm looking, I'm like, man, these shadows, them some demons on the wall. So one was like right next to me. Yeah, we staring at each other. I said, return to sender. But he had to stay a little bit longer because I was cute that night. Like, okay, well, we look at each other. I fell asleep. Like, we don't have to fear the darkness because God creates the light and the dark. There's nothing to fear. We don't have to fear being in nature anymore. Solomon built the house of the Lord, which is Machu Picchu here in Peru. That is the house of the Lord that was built by King Solomon. And after all that he did, it took him years to build Machu Picchu. And the great mother say, thank you, baby. But mama is going to dwell in the thick darkness. The thick darkness is in nature. Right? So get back in tune with nature. That's where the healing is. That's where the peace is in nature. Like, you ain't gonna get no peace in no drywall, in no apartment, in no house. All them bills, baby. I don't want no bills. I just want to be wild and free in nature. So get back in tune with nature, because that's gonna help you accelerate your healing. That's what's gonna help you to accelerate your self-love, your self-worth, and knowing that you are worthy, and rebuilding your confidence so you can start that business. Right? And now you're able to live off of your passions. Making money from your passions and not being forced to go to a 9 to 5 and putting your life in jeopardy with these corporations who got you signing life insurance policies unknowing. No, ma'am. No, sir. The devil is a liar. But we have to take charge of our life. Ain't nobody coming to save us. I can say that 1,000,000 times. It's so true. Speak the truth. Don't be afraid to tell what's going on, what these motherfuckers is doing to you or trying to do to you. Speak out, because the FBI, the CIA, they watching. That's what this whole Facebook was created by, the CIA. So just like you have wicked and corrupt officials, you have righteous ones as well that are here to help us get our justice. And so that's why I go ham and turkey, because I'm helping the FBI solve my case so they can bring me my justice. Period. Ain't nobody coming to save me. I love y'all. Shalom.